On this week's episode 51, we are going to talk about Halloween. It's a creepy one. It's going to be scary. We have some good stories. We have some places to go if you want to get scared. And we also have a lot of waffle going on and a nice little waffle game at the end.
I like the thing that you did with the places, the spooky places in Ireland.
Oh yes, has to be visit them,
Plus,
especially over Halloween.
I like that we educated people in this podcast.
Yes, John really wants to push the education of things.
I want people to listen because they want to be educated.
John worked really hard on his research for this week.
We have some hard facts on Halloween.
Yes, I delivered it really well too.
Yeah,
Excellent.
in particular, your Finn McCool story was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. You want to listen? It's great.
So,
all the way at the end.
What are we calling this week's podcast? Do you want to? What's your name? What do you think it should be called?
I can't remember. What did I say it was going to be called?
I'll give you my one.
Okay.
So I think it should be called Resting Witch Face.
I have bad witches.
Bad witches.
Bad witches.
I like that. John?
Cause of Samhain Lads.
Oh, Samhain Lads.
Oh. Yeah, Samhain Lads.
You might win there.
I like that.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Whatever one we go for. Anyway.
Let's go with that. No, we'll go with Samhain Lads. We go with that?
But you have to spell Samhain in the Samhain way.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Do you think people will get it?
I think they'll get it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
We'll call it Samhain Lads.
Episode
Samhain
51.
Lads.
Locked and loaded.
Samhain Lads.
Have a listen.
Yeah, waffle me this, waffle me that. Thinking of the topics that you all could have had. The only game that makes me feel so alive. I'm guessing for 30, it could be only 5. Getting them all would be a superpower. You will get it every week on the JP Waffle Hour. 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 JP Waffle Hour.
I love that song.
Yeah, there it
It's
is.
awesome.
There
I love
it
that song. I
is.
love
I
that song.
thought you got distracted there for a second.
I was on the phone, but I knew when the song was ending.
Okay.
I found myself walking through work today, singing the Waffle Game song,
No way.
just randomly.
All
It's
right.
actually great. They're great.
I'll
Got
do-
a gift.
I'll do a breakdown of that one as well and show you how I made that one.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Do it next week.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Bert.
Welcome back to episode 51.
Hey, Bert.
Hey, Bernie.
That's what Connor always says, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, so this is episode 51. Hope you all enjoyed episode 50, beds, bouncy castles, and blowies. So make of that.
You're gonna
what
have to.
you will.
You're gonna have to listen to it to understand what we meant.
Exactly. But we did talk business ideas and had a chat with entrepreneur Paul Buckley.
Publicly.
And also make sure to rate, like, share, follow, and subscribe to podcast wherever you may see it, whether it be the TikTok, the Instagrams. You can email us, but John reckons that's too out of date. So feel free to slide on in to our DMs.
Another podcast that I listen to uses email. So I think you have to be
There you
really
go.
popular just to have email, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
We're still in DM
We'll
mode.
get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
we recently developed the ability to make reels, so
Really?
We got
check
upgraded.
those out. Just waiting for that first viral video. But we have an idea. Stay tuned.
Yeah. We will be naked.
In Prague. Yeah.
I wasn't there when you guys planned this.
Wait, set a precedent for the weekend. Jeez.
Can you boxers?
So much pressure.
You can find us on Instagram at the JB Waffle Hour. That is the tag on it. So I think TikTok's the same too. TikTok.
Very good. How was your weekend, boys?
Just waiting for it. That's it. That's what's going to be on the
First
t-shirt.
weekend, lads.
We may or may not have a merch store. You'll have to find out.
Oh, that'd be class. I'm getting one of those made. Oh, do we actually have one already? You just didn't tell us yet.
Link in bio.
Oh, for God's
It's over there on the
Oh.
Instagram
I
page.
love
Shop.
spending money.
JB Waffle Hour Shop.
Yeah.
.com.
Yeah.
John Boy over the other side of the room there. How was your weekend, buddy?
Good. I was working Saturday, so didn't do much on Saturday. And then on Sunday, then just went for a walk with the kids around the castle. Went to see the new bridge. Very exciting. The army built it.
What is? Well, the army built the old one. What's the new one like?
Is it a temporary bridge still?
It's temporary
Oh, right,
still,
yeah,
but
alright.
I heard they have something else in the plans now. But it was very rocky. That's what I found.
It's just like a decking out the back of someone's houses.
Basically. But I just found when you're walking across it, you get that feeling that you're on a boat.
Ooh.
So it's very cool, actually. Kids loved it.
Lovely. Love that. And
I love that.
you said, I love that. You said that you didn't do a lot of work or a lot on Saturday. Should outdoorliving.ie be concerned?
No, I
that
physically
you-
worked in there, but I didn't do anything in my personal life on
Oh,
Saturday.
okay.
My
just
boss
wondering.
listens to this.
We eventually
Does he actually? He or she?
He.
I jumped straight to he there, didn't I?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
sexist of me. Bert?
we eventually won a game. We won 3-0
Yes.
on the park.
On the
Good
park.
game, yeah. 3-0 against Trimtown.
Park
Well
Celtic?
done.
Yeah, it was one of those things, right? Like I was at home and I was finished clients or whatever 11. Started lashing rain. I was like, oh my god, it started lashing rain.
Hmm.
And then like the game's on at 3 o'clock. You have to be there 2:15. Lashing rain at 1 o'clock. Eating me lunch. Lashing rain at 1:30, 1:45. I was like, oh my god, is this game going ahead? I don't want, like it's going to be wet. And then suddenly it cleared off and it did not rain for the whole game. And the sun even came out.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love it. I love it when that.
But
happens.
the grass would have been mucky.
No, it was actually all right because you see, it hasn't rained. Although it rained a lot on Saturday, it hasn't rained a lot in the week before. So it's not like there was a whole week of rain and the place was being used or that. So
Marshy and
the pitch in Summerhill is pretty good.
but there's
Sure.
that is a nice pitch actually. Yeah.
Credit to the caretaker.
There was a nice gloss on the grass. Was there? See, sliding tackles were.
Oh yeah, it was
beautiful.
actually
Love
dried
it.
up pretty quick.
All right.
Should have scored myself, but anyway, we won't have
From what position do you play?
that. I came on left wing because I'm like James Miller now. I'm getting on a bit, so I might start and play an hour or come on for 30 minutes. So it's
Right.
all good.
Right.
At least you came on.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Most
Yeah.
time, Eddie sounds like that. Like so.
And left wing is a position that's a lot of pace is needed
Yeah.
out there.
You need to run.
Ouch.
I'm just saying.
As in you're fast.
I've a little bit of pace left, considering
Okay,
that
okay.
it's only 20 minutes. Like
Yeah.
so, traditionally or historically, I would have been a right back or a left back,
Right.
depending on who else was there, because I can kind of use my left foot.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was one season I was a right wing back, which was class, but I was in my mid-20s playing that, which is different kettle of fish altogether.
Hmm.
So yeah, I play anyway. I played centre mid last year. I played centre half at times, probably the shortest centre half you've seen.
Apart from
and
Cannavaro.
I play either wing on occasion too, depending on what way we're playing.
And you were playing. Well, this was soccer.
Soccer, yeah.
And do you ever you play other games too? Like, do you ever go to get it, do a header, and then you go up and catch it?
You know,
We played five-a-side, and my younger brother doesn't really play soccer. He's into American football and rugby and that type of stuff. And we brought him to five-a-side, and he was in the midfield, and the ball came at his face, and he caught it with his hands.
well, when it's coming at your face, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
different,
you can
you
still
know.
head it, but so he caught it. Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway, so just to clear that up for the ladies out there, Bertie will play in any position, and he's got pace for 20 minutes. Basically, is what that
Yeah.
was.
unless I start,
Oh right.
and then it's an hour.
Oh, look at you!
Don't, Bert.
Very
Because
good.
you can build yourself into it, because you've got that time, you know.
Do you use it like a Lucas Ed Sport beforehand and stuff?
No. Like I would have been when I was in my younger days, got caught up in like these energy gels and all that. But I think if you just fuel yourself right with food, you're all
Energy
good.
gel.
Where'd you get the energy gel?
You can buy them. I used to use the Connecticut one, the berry flavour.
And do they cause rashes or anything like that? Or?
No, you just down the hatch.
Oh, you drink it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Right, next subject.
I'll keep you going for hours.
Jeez.
I once-
Bert.
My mommy listens to this. Sorry, ma'am.
I once mixed poaching, tiger balm, and oil together to rub on my legs. That was another thing I was told once. back when I
Okay,
was
no,
19.
this is
Was it that time like when Ross had put the talc on his legs? He was trying to get the leather trousers up.
It's meant to be good for your muscles. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, apparently so.
Oh, okay.
good for them.
Yeah, they rub it on greyhounds.
Right.
Yeah.
Whatever
If
you
it-
do in your private time
Yeah, if
is
it's good enough for
your
greyhounds.
business.
What did you do? You never tell us what you do.
I do, yeah, but it's always the same thing. I'm either
Mysterious
doing
man, like
something with the
Peter
kids, or I wish I looked like Peter Andre, or gigs. I think we were gigging. Where were we gigging? We were in the Old Mill in Tala, actually.
All right.
Nice.
It was a great gig, and I have this. Usually, this doesn't work. About maybe 10% of the crowd usually react to this, but I use the "Ooh Ah Paul McGrath" chant
Oh yeah.
in the middle of.
I see where this is
Did
going.
they go ooh or something else?
No. Usually, there's only about maybe 10% of the crowd get it and react to it. But
Yeah.
the Old Mill Tala was on fire on Saturday.
Hopping.
They all knew who Paul McGrath was.
Everyone got back with the Paul McGrath, "Ooh Ah Paul McGrath," which I was very proud of. Yeah.
Nice.
So a little Italia 90 chant there for everybody. It was great. Great
Nice.
weekend.
So coming up, we are talking about Halloween.
Right.
Unfortunately, we're not having like the fun. What is your favorite treats and snacks, and did you dress up? Because John wants to have the serious podcast. So we're going to go ahead
That
with
does not sound like me.
the
Really didn't.
origins of Halloween.
So harsh.
I'm talking about serious stuff. People need to be educated sometimes as well.
So we are doing the history of Halloween.
I love this idea. I
Bertie,
love
if
it.
you
But
could-
now that we're onto it, what is your favourite treat?
Favorite Halloween snack?
I just the Haribos are great because they last a lot longer.
Yeah.
You just put them in a bowl, you can nibble on them every now and again.
Did you see
want-
your man that had the mannequin of the kid
No.
going trick or treating?
No.
And he's like,
the Spider-Man one.
He he was like dressed up as a skeleton or something, and they're like, oh, he doesn't talk. No, he doesn't talk. He's trying to be a skeleton. He's really still. And they put the stuff in the bag, and next minute he just picks it up and walks off.
That is brilliant.
It's good. Yeah.
Have you ever eaten so much sweets at Halloween that your tummy starts to get sore?
Never had the opportunity. No, we kind of were fairly limited with our sweets. Plus, I grew up in the countryside, and I think there was 5 houses around us.
Oh, right. See,
So that was our trick or treating.
No, I'm talking about nowadays. From your kids. There's a dad tax on sweets for sure.
No, we've all even at that stage there's a shortage of sweets. Even the sweets that we buy for ourselves.
You can see the
Belly
how much
poke.
tax my kids paid last year. It's still there.
I always run out of sweets. I always get the quantity wrong.
Oh, really?
Always run out of sweets.
Ooh.
So basically, I'm a terrible father. Sometimes our kids come back early, but there's still kids treating, so I have to take my kids' treats and start giving them back out to the community.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. So
But I wouldn't make sure. Obviously, there's some left for the kids. But
we'll get into this. I think. Oh, you're going rogue, are you? You're going to take it around the
because
room.
We should have went in a V.
we are like
Mighty
we
Ducks.
went in a very straight line.
maybe it's still time to move.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
No, because I just feel
It
like
mean-
I'm cutting you and John out.
No, it's
so-
okay because me and
I can see
Scotty
it.
can look behind you and make faces.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
it's
it's
actually
okay.
perfect.
This is actually great.
I feel more like a roaming reporter now.
Oh, look at you fancy devil.
What was I going to say? Yeah, but you live in the house instead.
Yeah, it was a good game and put it 2-0. I thought I was doing a sports interview there.
We left it all out there in the
Just
pitch. this
for,
week.
Oh, can
people
we
listening to the podcast, just Scotty's after taking the mic out and he is now holding it like a sports presenter up to his mouth and his hand on his chest.
It's Bertie.
Yeah.
I'm Scotty.
Purdy is. Purdy.
After about 52 episodes.
Sorry, Bert, carry on.
I'd love to get one of those things in the mic that they actually use to keep it here.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, then I'd look like a real John Motson.
Okay, let's go. Okay, first bit of news. First ever baby Indian rhino born in Ireland. Did you see that?
No way.
Photo Island. Yeah, little Indian rhino.
Oh, good for them.
So cute. If you can see it there. Over the people at home. Look
We
at
have to put it up on Instagram,
But do you know the thing I didn't know is that they weren't. This is going to sound wrong,
right?
but
I know where it's going.
they're not. They weren't born with the horn.
Thank God, says the mammy. Jesus.
A self cesarean coming out.
Jesus.
But yeah, that's that. I saw him and I was like, "Where's the horn gone?" And I was like, "Oh, actually, yeah, it makes sense." that
You
they-
learned something
that
today.
They wouldn't have it coming out.
When did they get it? Puberty?
I don't know. That's
When was the
something.
first time you got? Carry on. Carry on.
He's a little curious rhino. Okay, moving on. But well done to Photo Island Wildlife Park
Well
for
done.
their new little baby rhino, hornless rhino.
Mhm.
Francis Bourgois. Have you seen Francis Bourgois?
Yes,
I love that
I
guy.
love that guy. He's nice.
He's so bloody wholesome.
I'm waiting
It's
for a
ridiculous.
scandal to come out about him.
What's he do?
So he's the guy that watches and follows trains about the place and has the camera up here, and it looks down his face.
I
You know
think
that
I've
guy?
seen that on TikTok.
Yeah.
He gets really, really excited by
Yeah.
trains, like he's class. But he's got his own TV show now. He's got a celebrity TV show. So like Marcus Rashford was on it. Who else is on it? They're shooting it now at the moment, and it's all to do with like he escorts celebrities about the place, going train spotting with them. So not Marcus
Class.
Rashford. Who's the other guy that played for Man United, but he went to West Ham last year? The other
Jesse Lingard.
Jesse Lingard was on it.
Hmm.
Who else have we got? Chloe Burrows. I don't know who that is. Musician AJ Tracy. But anyway, Sam Ryder as well. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, good for him.
I'd like to see more of that fella.
Yeah.
Watch some Francis Bourgois when you go home tonight.
You don't know him, Bert?
No.
Bertie,
Oh, yeah,
you're gonna
sure
love
guy.
him.
He's
You're gonna
brilliant.
love him.
Absolutely brilliant.
I like Twine.
Try watch the earlier ones.
Yeah, they're really good.
Oh,
yeah.
before he got famous.
Yeah,
Yeah, I liked him. I liked his early stuff.
where he was actually really excited.
Oh,
No,
he's
no,
he's
he's
not
just
anymore.
faking
He's
it.
lost the.
Yeah, it's all about the producers behind him now saying you be super excited or else.
He's jaded by his fame. The last thing I want to talk about just is that there is talk of the disposable vapes being a thing of the past. They're talking
Good,
about
good.
banning them now because
Ban the whole lot. Ban
they
the fact.
it's brilliant.
The start.
You can't dispose of them. just because of whatever they're made of. So
Right.
it's actually the recycling rules that are going to get them banned
Okay,
rather
yeah.
than the health thing.
So just going into the landfill, are they?
Yeah, basically, yeah. You can't recycle them. So there's talk of them
And
being
what
banned.
you just use them for like a day and throw them away. You can't.
I think
refill them, so-
they're just one or two, whatever.
Yeah, the sister smokes them, and it's literally
10
one of them a
or
day,
whatever.
1 or 2 a day.
And when the fluid's gone, you just throw them away.
Hmm.
But good. I'm glad to see them being banned, and I'd love to see smoking. And it's been. What's wrong with you? You're looking at our flag.
I just realised we're sitting in the right order.
We are too.
Oh, look at that!
Is that was that by accident?
No, can you imagine if we weren't sitting in the right order? How terrible that'd be. But I think that should be done, and it didn't happen in New Zealand that they banned under a certain age group aren't allowed to smoke.
Yeah, so in a certain period of time, there's going to be no smokers in New Zealand. Like,
Yeah,
and all
so
them
I think we
Ireland.
should bring something like that in here. Anyway, that's my news for the week, lads.
Yeah,
Let's
excellent.
move on.
The origins of Halloween. Where did it come from? Why does it exist? How did it turn into this monstrosity of just sweets and dressing up?
Don't give out about sweets, man.
Um,
I didn't know this what this is going to be about. It was just an anti-sweet.
well, I'm a pagan, so no, I'm not. So, did you Obviously, you guys know because we spoke about it in the WhatsApp group. But
don't tell them that.
did you know that
Okay.
Halloween is Irish? And even more Irish, it was it originated over probably about half an hour from where we are right now.
Yeah.
The Hill of Ward near Atboy.
Hilloward, just outside that boy.
That's hard to cycle.
The Hill of
It is.
Chaglock, or something it was called back
Yeah.
in the day.
That's right. Yeah.
And it was now I did a lot of research on this there the last few days, and it's a mess of it's a Frankenstein's monster of different stories and traditions. Like one
Yeah.
person would say one thing, another would say another.
Hmm.
So it's very hard now to
Fair
dig
play,
down.
You got that right. Well done.
What did I get?
It's a Frankenstein's
Frankenstein
monster.
monster. Thank you.
It's
Thank
a
you.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, Scotty got that wrong
I'm
last
glad
time.
I'm
that's
not
why I
going
learned.
out with you. It'd be hell. Sorry, I didn't mean that. After this weekend when we're in Prague, I might be going out with you. We'll see. Sarah, watch this space.
So yeah, look, it's I'm going to go with what I've kind of evened out the research on. I'm like going, right, this is obviously the true part.
Okay.
So it originated about 2,500 to 3,000 years ago, before Jesus and everything like that, right? It was about this date, so the 31st of October, when the summer ended. Samhain, you know, so basically you might hear the word Samhain every now and again to do a Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
So summer's end, and basically at the end of there were pagans were. Hang on, let me get this right. So the pagans were celebrating the end of summer and going into the darkest of nights, and the winter began. So what they did was they lit bonfires to celebrate the end of the season, and also that night it was when the living land was closest to the dead land, where the evil spirits and stuff like that could walk from the dead land into the living land. So they lit bonfires to keep all these evil spirits away. So that's how it kind of just started, really, and then it kind of expanded out, because it was made by the Celts, or no, yeah, before the Celts basically, and it kind of just expanded across, because it was like the Celts were Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales, and northern France.
Right.
So that's where kind of Halloween kind of originated.
So there's days like this. Do you ever hear of is it Dia del Muerta? Is it Mexico?
Yeah.
And there is this in other traditions. So you could also argue that it was the other traditions had the same sort of thing as well, but the roots are traced back to, oddly enough, Atboy, which is about
It's funny, isn't it? It's great.
yeah, mad. And you could also argue then that Atboy is the original town of Halloween, which I tell everyone.
But aren't they celebrating
By
that with this festival they have?
The Puka Festival.
Yeah.
Tag. We're going to tag you, lads.
Yeah, you get to get a
Do you have
action
any info
going.
on that?
On which? The Puka Festival. I could tell you about the acts that they're playing and stuff.
They must have edited the ad on the radio, because they say Atboy Trim. I feel like it was in somewhere else and they cut it out.
Oh, really? It's just the way that it's phrased.
And Trim, they go Atboy Trim. I
Yeah.
feel like there's something else coming.
So who have we got? Gavin James, Imelda May,
Yeah.
the Academic, which is that's huge. Like,
they're Cavan band. Aren't they?
yeah, King Kong Company, Deck Pierce, Ham Sandwich, and then you have the likes of the variety of stuff that you have. Blind Boys doing a podcast.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Class, absolutely class. Kathy Davey, Lisa Hannigan, Joanne McNally, the High Kings, and then there was another one. There's some comedy guys as well.
Is there food?
There's food. Yeah, it's a big festival.
This is
So
all on next Saturday or
Yeah.
next weekend.
next weekend. It goes over a few days, and it's sponsored by Fáilte Ireland. There you go, and the OPW, and
And-
the government of Ireland.
Oh, of
And
course.
do
one.
you know about the puka? Do you know that guy?
Nope. Tell us about the puka, man.
The puka is a mythical creature
Okay.
that was from the Hollow, like it was based around that kind of same scenario. But basically, it was this kind of scary monster-looking guy. He appeared in human form, but then afterwards he'd either transform into like half horse, half goat, or half man, half goat, half horse, half goat. But he wasn't a dangerous monster. Apparently,
Right.
he was a bitterly annoying monster.
Oh, he was a bit sound. But
He was sound, but he annoyed the hell out of everybody. He used to just randomly, like he'd be walking down the street basically, and he'd be sitting on the wall, there on the wall, and as you're walking, he'd like grab you, stick you on his back, and then ride around Ireland,
class.
up and down the highest mountains, all that kind of stuff. There's funny stories like of
He sounds like a great crack.
yeah, that's the thing. He sounds great crack, but he has a bad rep because there's a funny story about a hurler. This hurler was walking home from the pub with a couple of lads.
Yeah.
And they said, and the puka literally said to him, just the man I'm looking for. Threw him on his back, rode him all the way to Donegal,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then
Atta
dropped
boy.
him off at a hurling field. And in the hurling field was like Donegal and someone else playing. And two teams said, we want you to ref the match.
No way.
And he refed the match, and the puka dropped him home. That is literally a story.
And he dropped him home afterwards.
Dropped him back.
Fucking sound.
Sound guy.
Sounds like an Uber.
Yeah,
But that's a puka story, like.
That's class.
Yeah.
So when was this? Like a few weeks ago.
No, I'd say this is at least a couple of like 100 years ago. When did hurling start? I'd imagine before that.
Bertie's face.
Bertie doesn't believe the story, obviously.
He doesn't believe in hurling.
Hurling.
That's not real.
Ridiculous story.
I will say that Halloween is being a little bit confused as well, and
Right.
Serious.
butted up against All Saints Day.
Yeah.
So
because of the dates.
yeah, so All Saints Day is 1st of November, and Halloween is obviously 31st of October.
Yeah.
So most of the stuff like the end of the harvest year or whatever, that was it. And then because it came so close to 12 o'clock, that's where the whole cross paths of wormholes, a lot like in Buffy and stuff,
Nice.
where the
Nice
dead
reference.
can come onto the living and stuff like that. So that's where it butts up against
Yeah.
each other.
Like so Hallows
so-
Eve kind of thing, is it?
So
Like,
although people reckon that Halloween is celebrated all around the world, is actually some is Halloween and some is the 1st of November for All Saints Day or All Hallows Day.
what religion is All Saints Day?
That is a good question, but in a lot of countries, it's the bank holiday is actually the 1st of November for All Souls Day. It's called different things in different countries.
Bank holiday.
They were class though, weren't they?
I can't pronounce it in
All
in
Saints.
French. Le
They were a
Jour de
great band.
Mort,
Yeah.
the Day of the
Just
Dead.
have a poster of them on the wall.
So most of the time is actually the 1st
So
of
hot.
November. In the bank holiday in...
Sorry, Bert.
Sorry.
Carry on.
I want a serious podcast. I bring up serious facts and people just take
The series people are listening to
You
you.
can't skip by the All Saints. Sorry, go on.
So we didn't get a bank holiday until 1977, and it is always the last Monday rather than the 31st. So obviously, if the 31st is on a Sunday, it's the Monday before.
Really?
It's always the last Monday in October rather than 31st.
Oh.
So 31st isn't actually a bank holiday. 31st is
There you
only
go.
a bank holiday if it is the last Monday in October.
But I think Halloween this year is Monday.
Yeah, so then that's when the bank holiday is.
That's right, yeah.
So it kind of gets a little bit confused between bank holidays and Halloween. So it's two separate things.
Can I read you something?
Yes.
Fire your head, yeah.
Do you know about where the jack-o'-lanterns pumpkins came from?
No, tell us.
I know you have some notes there.
Yeah, no, fire ahead.
Now, I'm gonna tell you about my one. So the tradition, I'm just gonna read you out what I have. The tradition of carving jack-o'-lanterns originated in Ireland using turnips instead of pumpkins, which look horrific.
Yeah,
by the
scary.
way,
Yeah.
they're
Seen a
so
picture
scary. And it was allegedly based on the legend about a man named Stingy Jack, who repeatedly trapped the devil and only let him go on the condition that Jack would never go to hell. But when Jack died, he learned that heaven did not want his soul either. Sorry,
It's
Jack.
hilarious for some reason.
We don't want you. He's trying to get into the club, and he's like, "Nah, not tonight, bud, not tonight." So he was forced to wander the earth as a ghost for eternity, and the devil gave Jack a burning lump of coal in a carved-out turnip to light his way. and locals eventually began carving scary faces into their own turnips to frighten away evil spirits. So there you go.
Interesting.
Jack wasn't allowed into heaven.
And that was and there's loads of different stories in that same scenario, like Jack being a blacksmith, and blacksmiths had the blacksmiths kind of had this tradition of being always like witchcrafty, or they could grant spells and stuff like that. The male version of the witch blacksmiths had, so that's why he was
Just 'cause
based on that story.
They were dressed in black.
No, I think it was because they could probably smash a load of stuff with metal stuff and all sparks went everywhere and stuff. I don't know. I wasn't around that time. Fuck's sake.
This is a research podcast.
I'm supposed to know. Like I
Sparks and
just read what's on the screen, Bertie.
You weren't
Embarrassing
around.
me.
Where were we at?
Oh, God.
I have a little bit of a paragraph here now.
Go on, do it, man. Do it. What do you got?
So, in many countries, Halloween has increased substantially in popularity within the last 30 years.
Yeah, true.
For example, the holiday is catching on in Australia, where houses hang an orange balloon outside to signal they have lollipops for trick-or-treaters.
Just like they did 3,000 years ago.
That is exactly. Halloween is also gaining traction in France, Greece, Poland, Sweden, Italy, and other countries.
Forgetting them
In
all.
many countries, Halloween has been met with initial resistance, as is all different things, from people who regard it as either an overly commercialised holiday or an American holiday, infringing upon local customs, which, as we've just said, that it's not really American. Well, Americans do everything big, I suppose. That's probably why they associate Halloween with America.
Yeah.
But however, in many cases, that resistance wanes over time as new generations find ways to both honour existing traditions and incorporate new ones. A similar scenario is unfolding in Asia. Great bunch of lads over there.
Yeah, we love the Asians.
Where Western-style Halloween is slowly finding its place alongside traditional Days of the Dead, such as China's Hungry Ghost Festival, which sounds good. This is largely due to young, often urban
Succubus.
dwellers who see the holiday less as a replacement of traditional holidays than to commemorate the dead, more as a wholly different occasion to dress in costumes and celebrate life. And you brought up the owl Mexicans there not so long
I
ago.
did.
And I have a little bit of Mexico.
Yes.
So All Saints Day in Mexico coincides with the first day of the Day of the Dead celebration, which you said was the Dia de Muertes celebration. It commemorates children who have died, and the second day celebrates all deceased adults. So similar
That's
to
good that they
All Saints
dedicated
Day.
a day to the children that died.
Have you seen the Disney movie about that?
No.
It is called... What is it called? Oh, my God. I'll think of it. I'll come back to you. Coco, is it?
Really? It's like about the Day of the Dead
Yeah,
on a Disney movie.
Little boy.
Enchanto?
No, not Encanto. I think it's called Coco or...
I think you're ringing a bell. I think there is something that's called Coco I see on Disney Plus the odd time.
Yeah, I'll figure out the names. I'll
But
come
I
back
didn't know.
to
I
you.
didn't know it was that Mexican stuff.
I'm going to Google it. It's really, really good. It's a good movie.
And for all our Belgium listeners, which we have a lot,
Mm-hmm.
oh God, I don't want to butcher that by trying to pronounce that.
What is it? Let me see. Toussaint.
It's a public holiday, and Belgians visit cemeteries to place... What the hell is that? Chrysanthemums?
Chrysanthemums.
Oh, that's a flower. On graves of deceased relatives on All Saints Day, since All Souls Day is not a holiday. And what I was saying to John earlier on, I found out that every Sunday is a bank holiday in Belgium, so they don't work.
Every week. Yeah.
So they don't work, like, as in not even shops open, or they just get double pay.
I have no idea. It just
Well,
says it's bank
But
holiday.
like it's time and a half on a Sunday in Ireland.
Yeah, I mean, traditionally it probably was the same in Ireland as well. Like, and then commercialism kind of took over.
It's God's Day.
Yeah.
Day of rest.
Go on, God. You legend.
Oh.
Oh God.
In Guatemala, we all love the Guatemalans. All Saints Day is a national holiday. On that day, Guatemalans make a special meal called fibra, which is made of cold meats and vegetables. There
Nice.
you go. It is customary to visit cemeteries. That's probably the running theme of them all.
Yeah.
And to leave some of the meal that they did for the dead. It is customary to fly kites to help unite the dead with the living.
Oh.
So kind of, it's more so the Day of the Dead that is all over the world rather than actual Halloween.
Yeah, but I think it's the American thing, isn't it? That when you see it in movies, like Halloween's all over like a load of American movies.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of pushed it into the forefront in all these different countries, isn't it, really?
Yeah. I suppose it's like everything else. Christmas was very religious at the start and then it became really commercial and is more around the world
All right.
than it used to be.
Yeah. We must do a Christmas podcast. Did you do Oh, you did one last year.
Yeah, we done Christmas movies.
Christmas movies,
Christmas
yeah.
movies, yeah.
Oh, nice. I listened back.
So what kind of makes you like? Let's say you're looking back in your past when you were growing up. What makes you? What do you think of when you think of Halloween? Like from your past time?
Fireworks.
Yes.
Fireworks. Yes.
The teenage years. I think.
Cats.
Back in the day,
The bangers.
I don't know if I should say this,
Go on.
but myself and the man, the myth, the legend, Robert Kennedy,
Oh yeah.
used to go down to Avondale. Do you know Avondale, isn't it?
Yep.
And we would hold the screamers and light them, and then at the last minute just let them go and fly and see where they'd go. It was incredibly dangerous.
Yes.
But it was so much fun.
Was that the big the big fire of Eldergrove from '99?
That was nothing to do with
That-
us.
that,
Nothing
no.
to do with us. No,
Right.
no, no.
The
It's a
JB
different
Waffle
thing.
Hour would like to remind all users of fireworks this Halloween to make sure you don't fire them out of your hands.
It's so true. I did see a
Yeah,
video
for safety
recently of
reasons.
something
Yes.
really terrible about that.
Oh look! Remember the back in the day? There's always a young lad banging his fingers off with the bangers.
Yeah. Mickey Two
Lethal.
Hands. Or Mickey Two Fingers.
Did you ever
Yes.
make penny bangers?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
a penny
Never mind.
bagger?
So you got the pennies, like the old pennies,
Mm-hmm.
and you got the caps that you used to put in little guns.
We were a bit higher and we did the 5 cents,
Wrap them,
5p bangers.
wrap them around the
Two.
penny and loads of sellotape.
Right.
And they'll all go off.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay,
right.
yeah.
And if
They're
you get
better
whatever
than
you,
those snap yokes.
wherever you threw it, like and you can pick up again, just throw it again, and it'll
Yeah.
hit the next one.
Oh, right.
There was a ring of bangers.
Ah, very
Yeah.
good.
It's pretty cool.
Good. I like that. I'm
yeah.
going to do that tomorrow.
But what games did you play? Did you play any games like hang the apple? You know
No.
the apple bobbing,
I-
like the apple hanging from that.
Oh yeah. Well, when I was younger, I suppose in primary school, and I remember I only went trick or treating once. And then when you got a bit older, teenage years, walking up and down the road, we always used to meet up at Cross's house
Oh yeah.
and just like fireworks, screamers.
Fires.
So you didn't like
Yeah.
put the apples in the basin and try and bite the apples in the
No,
basin.
not at that age. That's a younger.
We
age.
did all that kind of stuff.
I don't remember doing any of that type of stuff
Yeah.
at Halloween when I was
Bobbing for
younger.
apples.
No, I don't remember that.
Bobbing for apples, yeah. You'd have to close your nose and get your head in there to grab an apple, and you won a prize.
Oh, I know what it is.
What
like.
about the
I've done it since.
dipping the apples in chocolate
Yeah.
and eating the apples on a stick?
Again, I've seen that, yeah.
He's from Belfast.
All right, okay. Obviously,
I was down here when I was younger.
they had different traditions up there.
I was in Trim. I've been in Trim since I was like 6 years old.
Yeah.
You carve pumpkins though. That's
Yes.
got really big.
Yeah, yeah.
the last
I
couple
didn't
of
carve a
years.
pumpkin till I was like 24.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, like I've only done maybe the last 5 or 6 years.
We weren't a pumpkin family.
Yeah.
Is
I'm-
pumpkin carving, all these designs and stuff is quite a recent enough thing
Yeah,
as well,
that's
isn't
what
it?
I might have tried like years ago when I was small and just like gave up or wasn't able to. But there, like, was it 3 or 4 years ago? There was a pumpkin shortage. They had to like import French pumpkins because everybody went mad carving pumpkins.
The
Like.
great pumpkin shortage of 2013.
Mm.
No, it was more recent than that, like
All right.
18 maybe.
All right.
And yeah, so I've done it for the last few years. I just Google the image, pick one, and do it like.
And stencil it on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I draw it freehand on it off the page. I don't
Do
stencil
ya?
it, yeah.
Jesus, fair play to you.
The only standard now,
Are you a bit arty, are you?
not at all.
Well done, Bertie. Have you got any pictures?
I get the basic ones. Yeah, they're on my Instagram.
No way.
And-
Bertie's pumpkin
Check
Instagram.
them out.
That's my normal one.
Bertie'sPumpkin.com.
But I will say though,
That's something else.
Don't go there.
Oh my god.
Don't go there.
My poor search history.
The pumpkin patches though have become really popular. Guys beside us in Dalestown
Right.
have a pumpkin patch this year, and there's a lot of people there last Saturday and Sunday.
seen it in
It's
the
on
news.
again this Saturday.
Now,
If
is
you-
it a good pumpkin patch, yeah?
Yeah, there's like 4,000 pumpkins, I reckon.
I was at a pumpkin patch. I'm not going to say where it was.
Tickets are available on Eventbrite.
Sorry, I had to cut across your...
Yeah, I was just advertising. So I can tag them.
advertised. I went to a pumpkin patch in Meath somewhere. It was in Meath. And-
Causey Farm, probably.
No, it was not Causey Farm. No.
Is this a good story or a bad story?
It's a bad
Did you just
story.
break into
it's a
someone's
bad
field?
story, then
It's a
don't
bad
say
story.
Did you break into someone's field that had pumpkins?
it. Pumpkins are really hard to grow. I tried growing pumpkins last year.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, this
Impossible.
looked like what happened to this place as well. But they were charging in at the gate. I think it was like
Yeah.
€20 to get into it.
Oh,
Mm.
Jesus.
And it was one of those like
Usually it's
Father
free to
Ted.
get in and you just get your pumpkin, pay for your pumpkin.
No, this was like you paid in, you had to
That's
get
what guys
tickets.
are doing.
But it was just like random pumpkins all over the place. And then there was this thing of sticks that they'd made into like a tunnel, and you'd walk through it. It had black plastic bags over the top of it, and you walk through it, and then an old fella in a coat was halfway through it. He was like, "Oh!" and he'd like try and scare you. And you come out the other side, and then there was a caravan over the other side of the field, and you go over to the caravan, and you open the door, and there'd be pumpkins on the floor, and you'd look in, you remember like, "This isn't part of the thing." You close the door, and then you walk back.
Sitting on the toilet at the time.
So you weren't meant to go over there, not?
No. And then there was a fairy trail. It was like these little fairies put on a bush, and then that was it.
It sounds like you broke into a field. It really does.
This isn't part of the thing. Oh, sorry.
Well,
it was horrific.
If you're growing pumpkins, it is a big commitment.
Is it
So
really?
You put the seeds in, and they have to stay inside until they germinate and grow up a little bit.
Inside where? In your house?
Yeah, like in greenhouse or like
Alright.
somewhere warm on a windowsill or whatever. But they have to be inside until they get strong. Then you plant them out around the end of April, and then they grow this big long vine. And apparently, like, you're meant to stop it when the first bulb comes. I didn't know that. So like 6 or 7 came, and they only get to like a size of an onion, and then they start like decaying and dying off. But the reason was you're meant to stop the stalk or the vine growing.
She did this.
Yeah, well,
You were trying to do this.
yeah, I was trying to
He's
do it.
like kill the
Only
weak
one.
ones so the strong will survive.
Yeah, exactly. So the nearest one to the start, that's the one you concentrate on. I didn't know that.
Right. Like the kids, the first one. You concentrate on
Yeah.
the first one. The rest
Yeah.
will just.
Back in the old
so-
days, he used to do that.
So I didn't have any pumpkins last year, and then
Oh.
Oh, it's
I
a
just
sad story.
didn't try this year because the ram is in that part now.
Oh, best of luck next year.
Yeah, we'll give it a crack.
Yeah,
next
I'll
year,
give it a go with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see if we can grow them.
Grant, we'll head into Guy's farm because they have a pumpkin patch.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
With tickets on Eventbrite. We'll pop in there and get some.
Yeah. It's on this Saturday again.
Did they pay you before
You
this
pop it-
podcast or something?
No, 2 free pumpkins each.
2 free pumpkins each.
But
Thanks, John.
Gas.
oh, what I forgot to mention about the origins of Halloween. There's also the mythological,
You got it.
Mythological.
where like there was even like Fionn McCool was involved in it and everything like that.
Yeah, tell us this because you were telling me this on the way over. And
I didn't look into it that much, but I will. I'll try my very best.
I want this to be a research focus.
I can't wait till you guys tell the story of this I'm about to tell you about. Why didn't you research this?
Well, the first I heard of it was when you kind of half mentioned it on the
basically-
WhatsApp group.
Well, yeah, it's involved in the Hill of Tara, where like the High King of Ireland or whatever, whoever he was, used to go to the Hill of Tara at the on the Samhain festival and basically have a party. They
Right.
used to like eventually it went on and on and on. They eventually just turned into a festival.
They moved it to the Palace Nav and then
They moved into Hill of Tara because it was a bigger hill.
Right.
So because the bigger people could come. So they had major festivals, dance parties, all that kind of stuff around the bonfires, ring around the rosy, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And but basically that was the High Kings, and Fionn McCool used to appear, but you see there was this evil spirit, like a fire breathing dragon kind of spirit that used to come as well, and he'd pop out of nowhere and he'd play his flute to make everybody go to sleep and then kill everybody and stuff like that. So basically Fionn McCool heard about this and he had to like forge this old magical spear from like some druid gave him tools to do it or something like that. So this spear could only kill this magical thing.
Right.
And basically he had to go and fight it and stuff like that. But then there's other stories of this thing appeared and it made people sacrifice their blood. It got really deep, basically.
Yeah.
Sacrifice their blood every Samhain festival.
This is pagan stuff.
Pagan stuff, right? And the only way that this thing could be killed was with the wood of a yew tree. And there's not many yew trees around, but there's ones in Gormanstown College. You ever go to Gormanstown College? There's like a yew tree walk.
No.
Anyway, it's off subject, but
What does a yew tree look like? Is it the
It's-
shape of a yew?
it's no, it has brown trunk and green leaves.
It's just a normal tree.
Basically looks like a tree.
Jeez.
But it has long straggly leaves. It's pretty interesting.
Oh.
But
I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
yeah, so that's a kind of mythology kind of basis to that as well. There's so many different stories of Halloween. It's unbelievable. And that's kind of funny story actually, because they're saying that you know the way your man was coming to take the blood and you can only kill him with wood. Bram Stoker got his inspiration from that story and made Dracula.
Oh, right. Oh.
Interesting.
Was Bram Stoker English or was he Irish? Was he Irish?
Irish, yeah.
He
He's Irish, yeah. Up and his house is on the Dublin Road on the left hand side there, and he's driving into Dublin.
In
What?
Trim?
No, not on the Dublin Road. In Dublin, like the Dublin.
Oh,
When you're
right.
driving up into Dublin.
I thought he was from Trim.
Basically, it's an old house that people are living in. It's just Bram Stoker's old house.
Get away.
Yeah.
Going on from what John has said.
Sorry. Go on.
Before I say this, most of these are private property. So we JB Waffler does not condone trespassing at all of any kind.
Class.
But there are some paranormal spooky places.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
If one wants to visit these over the Halloween weekend.
Can we go?
The first one is actually Gormastown College.
Oh, nice.
Get out.
So there's an area called Gormastown Castle currently beside the college.
Right.
And there was a death of a Viscount. Not the mint
Biscuits.
biscuits.
Viscount or Viscount?
Viscount.
Oh, it's definitely Viscount.
I think it's Viscount.
I know, is that some kind of priest?
Again, biscuits.
Countess, kind of. The husband of the Countess.
So whenever all
Alright.
the local foxes gather at the front door of the castle, a death will occur soon after.
Again, more biscuits. Fox's biscuits.
There you go.
Viscounts.
Foxes and
And then you
chocolate.
have Peter Fort, Earl of Fingal,
Oh, County Council.
Ah, Jesus, I know him.
around Killeen Castle.
I know that place as well.
There you go. This is a manifestation.
Right.
So the former Earl of Fingal has been observed a few times around the castle, always dressed in blue coat and a powdered wig.
That's a ghost story and a
The
half.
library is also haunted by strange noises and moving furniture and fittings.
Do you know what the powdered wigs was?
From court.
No. Do you know how they started?
No, tell us.
Syphilis.
Knits.
No,
As in they got syphilis.
actually syphilis. Yeah,
Oh.
they were going bald from having cases of syphilis.
Oh, Jesus. So
Yeah.
they had fake hair.
Fake hair.
So
put
they
it on.
didn't. So
But it was the kings and queens who were getting it, and because they were the aristocracy, everyone looked up to them. So this became just the norm that everyone was like, "Oh, we better use these powdered wigs." There you go.
Interesting.
Syphilis. There you
It's
go.
like when men used to wear high heels.
I don't remember this.
Still do. Prague's coming up this weekend, buddy.
Okay, so next on the list is Man with a Hound,
Ooh.
Screen Castle, Hill of Tara.
No.
So this is also a manifestation.
Can we go there tonight?
A phantom man, tall, covered by a cloak, once haunted this area accompanied by his hunting hound. The area is also home to a shadowy nun,
No.
and John does love a good
No,
nun,
hate nuns.
and a woman in white who screams as she is chased by an unidentified shadow.
Not live nuns. Make that
Oh, yeah.
known on the podcast. Dead nuns is what you're not.
Dead
you're
nuns. I'm not a fan of them.
Okay.
Then going on from your fairy tree antidote earlier,
Mm-hmm.
two hawthorn trees on the Hill of Tara.
Mm-hmm.
So this is trees still present there apparently.
I see
Yeah,
them.
The
yeah.
two
I
trees
know
here
them.
belong to the fairies. Damaging them or even just taking a clipping would result in bad luck befalling the perpetrator.
We had
Oh.
one of them in our old field.
No way. A fairy
tree.
tree. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
If you broke a branch off it and stuff.
You
And-
did break a branch.
No, if you broke it, the granddad
Oh.
always said if you break a branch off it there, there's something.
That was just him telling you to stay away from the trees.
Basically.
Yeah. It's
And
fairies,
then
isn't it?
just to follow on from the nun, there's a little bit more in the nun here.
Yeah. Same nun.
In Screen Castle.
Sound.
This ghost was once watched as she slowly dissolved into nothingness. She has also been heard walking
It's a
in empty
hangover.
parts of the building. Through the footsteps could belong to a white woman who also haunts the castle.
Racist.
So that just came from the website paranormaldatabase.com. Well, actually, I don't know if it's .com, it's paranormal database.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's some scary ass shit.
Yeah.
Do you believe any of that to be true?
I think that
Go with your gut.
you're heightened on, especially the weekend of Halloween. So, yeah.
So you did a very diplomatic answer there.
I think
Politician.
everything's a bit more scary. We will say though that Halloween is next week is our birthday week.
Yeah.
So that's why we're a little bit early with Halloween, but
Yeah.
you'll have time to listen.
Does
to
that mean we started at Halloween last year?
Must have been around Halloween, was it?
Oh, look at yous, yeah. There you go. Matchbox car park.
Matchbox car park.
Well,
Yeah.
Sean Connery there.
I'm really sorry, I couldn't say words for a second.
So we're going to make a podcast. That's how it
Yeah,
all
that's how it
started.
all started.
And we've got something interesting coming up in November.
November looks like it's actually going to be fairly getting professional, to be honest.
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah.
Well, we're always professional, but like it looks.
We've got a few people coming in again. Some good ideas for skits and stuff. Trying to
Yeah.
broaden
Don't
our
tell them
horizon.
about the skits.
Guests, we've got our own poster behind us in the
There you go,
wall.
look,
We've got
like,
mics with
how
yellow
does this
things on them.
You know,
We'll have our own
getting
podcast
there.
room.
But something in particular coming up about in and around that sort of area, ghosts
Yes,
and stuff. We
yes.
got someone
Yeah,
coming on.
ghost
Yeah.
stories
so-
are awesome.
hopefully
Stay in touch for that one.
We can get that planned up.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
There we go. I think we covered everything.
I think we covered everything.
extensively.
Well, did you guys dress up in a brown bin bag or black bin bag when
Yeah, of
you
course.
guys? Yeah, probably with them days. Now it's all like
Um,
nurses and nurses and
I've
doctors.
never got a nurse knock on my door at Halloween.
I'm talking about in the bars and the pubs now.
Oh,
It's all
right.
dressing up.
Yeah, what's your opinion on all of that?
I think it's all wrong. doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
There's no scary, sexy. Dress up as sexy Fionn McCool. that'd be the way to dress up now. Sexy Fionn, sexy Druids Glen.
I had a Danger Mouse outfit one year, and then a Top Gun outfit one year.
Sorry, Danger Mouse, as in the mouse. Danger Mouse.
Danger Mouse.
I know who he is. How'd you dress up as Danger Mouse?
Yeah, I got the outfit. It was like a white like jumpsuit and a rubber mouse.
What age were you?
Oh, it was rubber mask.
I don't know, like 25.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
When I could afford to buy actual proper costumes.
It was awkward.
Yeah, it's a special type of person who gets dressed up in like proper costumes when they're a fully grown adult. Like, I am not one of those people.
If you go into a fancy dress costume
If you're
party,
going to a fancy dress party, you have to go all out, yes.
yeah.
Really?
I think I dressed up as John Lennon once.
Otherwise, you're that fella that like everybody's looking at. Oh, look at him, he's an eagle. He didn't dress up.
Yeah.
Well, you just do the whole thing where you put the name tag that says God on your top.
What was the best?
I'm
I
God.
know you should do Ross and Dr. Geller.
yeah.
What was the best costume you've seen someone dress up as in the pub?
Ooh.
Or someone get like really proper ones. Do you know, like ones that are like, do you know in Disneyland with their costumes that are like proper, that make it look like, where the cheap ones you get, it's just your body that's in them.
yeah.
And I've seen ones like have dressed up like as proper like that in places that there must have been like a couple €100 to get them like.
I remember in Trim, young guys in Trim used to do the smart, like it wasn't much gone into it, but it was like current affair kind of style. Adam Campbell used to do good costumes. Always
yeah.
Do you
used to dress
remember?
up as someone.
Remember the 2 Halloweens in a row where everyone was dressed up as the Joker from Batman?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone was
Yeah.
just the Joker, and
Or-
you went out and it was just all Jokers. It
Or
was like,
Harley
oh,
Quinn.
this is original. Yeah, the Harley Quinn ones as well. And then there's the Ed Sheeran costumes. I think they were quite good. Do you remember those?
Yeah, I dressed up as a boxer one year. That was handy though.
A pair of boxers.
A boxer.
Calvin
You
Klein
just, wanted
written on
to
your
be, you
forehead.
just wanted to be topless. Any excuse.
Did you ever do the elephant one?
No.
Do you want to see my elephant costume? Okay. hold on.
No, I don't want to see your trunk.
Okay, I'll not do it.
There
right,
was one though. The kid that they had an older brother in the school,
right.
so they wore a little bag in and said, "I'm such and such as little brother."
Ah, that's good.
Genius.
I
Love them
like
kind of
pun
ones.
costumes.
Yeah, they're really good.
Smarty
Yeah.
pants is a common one.
Yeah.
The boxes of Smarties all taped to your
Oh,
trousers.
yes.
Smarty pants. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Or
good, yeah.
Facebook was another one.
Well, like, is a book in their face?
Book in their face. Yeah.
Very
their
cool.
Do
Facebook.
you want another country before we wrap up?
Give us one more. Yeah,
Okay,
go on.
excellent.
Go on. Oh, it depends what the country is, though. What is it?
Well, I can name the countries and you can pick the country.
Okay.
So we said Belgium. I
Yeah.
have Austria there. I have France.
Okay.
Germany, Poland, Portugal, Spain.
Mm-hmm.
Done Guatemala.
This is all Halloweens in different countries.
Yeah, Philippines.
Give us a Philippine one.
Yeah, okay, let's go
the
Philippines.
longest one, yeah. Fair play to these lads. Okay.
No, give us Spain. No, me joking. No, Philippines
Okay.
good.
Philippines.
This sheet thing.
In the Philippines, it's called Undas. Undas.
Nice.
Is that right? From the Spanish honras, meaning honors, as in with honors. Yeah, there you go. So once again, it incorporates All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. Filipinos traditionally observe this day by visiting their families' graves to clean and repair the tombs. Oh, the tombs.
Oh yeah, they're weird tombs. They like have the bodies out in the caves and stuff like that in the Philippines. Yeah, that's another story.
Prayers for the dead are recited while offerings are made. The most common being flowers, candles, food, and for Chinese Filipinos, incense and kim. Don't know what kim is. Many also spend the day and ensuing night holding reunions at the graves with feasting. And I think we're missing a thing.
What do you mean?
Why aren't we in the graveyards doing these things to honor our dead?
It's Cemetery Sunday, man.
There's in the Philippines.
Yeah, but
there's
on
some
Halloween,
tribe
like,
that takes their
We just dress up and go out and look for sweets.
Because it's a pagan holiday, and Christians are not keen on pagans.
I think it's in the Philippines, lads, that they someone dies and every year they take that body out and party with it.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, they just bring it out in a party, dress it all up, and they bring it out in a session for like.
You know what?
And it would be
Like,
rotting away and everything.
Like Weekend at Bernie's. Like there is something to be said for that. I think I'd like to be.
No, but
brought
every
out every
year you're brought
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. I'd like that
As
until
in,
you
like,
disintegrate into nothing.
Basically, that's what happened in some of the things I've seen in the pictures. Yeah,
Jeez, he's wrecked this year to see him.
80-year-old granny, like
He was in bits. Absolutely in bits. His leg fell off.
legless.
Lost his head
Oh,
out
Jesus.
in the palace, so he did.
It's that time, you know the name. It's the reason we all came. Find the words that are the same. It's that time to play the waffle game.
So obviously, giving the nature of the episode.
Ooh.
It's a Halloween quiz.
I'll turn around this way, kind of.
Yeah.
Is it me versus John?
Yeah, of course. Sure. What else is going to be?
You
Okay, who's going first?
Someday it'll be you.
I have a tiebreaker as well this week.
Excellent. It's been coming. Yeah, it's been coming fairly close the last few weeks.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, John boy. Yeah, shite.
No.
Do you want to go first or second, as is the rules in a penalty shootout?
What?
As the rules in a penalty shootout, you get to choose. Do you want to go first or second?
I don't play sports.
You're shooting
sorry.
into the
Because
away end now.
usually the people that go first are under more pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first. Pressure is
Ooh,
for
he likes
tires.
the pressure. I like it.
Which science fiction horror series from Netflix is set in the fictional town of Hawkins?
Oh,
It's currently on Netflix, is it?
I know the name of this thing.
The horror show.
I love that you don't watch TV. Okay, move on.
In
It's definitely Stranger
the
Things.
Friends episode, the
That's
one
what I was
with the
gonna say.
Halloween party, what memorable but not particularly spooky costume did Ross and Chandler wear?
Was it two different costumes?
Yeah, Ross's costume and Chandler's costume.
Ross was Spudnik, and Chandler was Ace Ventura.
On 31st of October, back in 1992, the BBC petrified the nation with Ghostwatch, a scripted drama that duped viewers into believing it was live transmission from a haunted house. Which trusted TV veteran presented it?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Chris Tarrant.
You were straight in there. Fair play to you.
It's the confidence that when he says it, like Chris Tarrant.
Ryan Murphy's unsettling Netflix series, Ratched, is it? Ratchet? Or Atched? I really should read these before.
Ratched.
Ratched, is it? Starring Sarah Paulson, is inspired by which classic 1962 novel?
Killing Fields. I don't know.
See, you should have said it with confidence, like Johnny said.
But see, I probably got it right though. That's the thing.
In which 1982 horror film did Carol Ann start talking to the television set?
The Exorcist.
It's his face.
I can't do anything about it.
Sorry.
What's the name of the terrifying clown in Stephen King's It, which was recently remade starring Bill Skarsgård
I'm
in the
gonna
title
dab.
role?
Gonna dab while I do it. Pennywise.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I even knew that one.
Yeah.
Janet and Alan Alborg's Halloween classic Funny Bones tells the story of a big skeleton, a little skeleton, and a what else?
A middle skeleton. Oh, fucking no.
But I mean,
It's fucking made up questions
that's
anyway.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How many witches appear in Shakespeare's Macbeth?
3.
What year was Rockwell's paranoid classic Somebody's Watching Me released? Somebody's watching me.
World War Z.
What year?
This is so much fun.
1968.
It's my question. Get off my question.
Name the legendary singer who starred playing the Goblin King in the Labyrinth movie.
David Bowie.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay. Scotty wins. We don't need
What did I get?
3.
I got 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many did I get?
I don't think I got any. So, Stranger Things is the
Yeah.
series Netflix.
Yeah.
Sputnik and the Pink Bunny. So you only got that
The
half right.
pink bunny. Now I remember.
Michael Parkinson, not David Tennant.
Oh, Michael
Or not
Parkinson.
David. Or what did you say?
Chris Tarrant.
Chris Tarrant. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
That one. Oh, yeah.
I know the name of that.
Yeah.
The Poltergeist.
Yeah.
So you're close.
Great movie, actually. I'd like to
Pennywise,
watch
you got
that
right.
again.
A dog skeleton.
A dog skeleton.
Yeah. A big skeleton, a little skeleton, and a dog skeleton.
The big skeleton, little skeleton was zero clue, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
I
actually catch-22 right there, because big skeleton, little skeleton, couldn't be anybody's skeleton.
Yeah, it's true. Good band.
Yes, 3.
Good band,
3
yeah.
witches in Shakespeare's Macbeth.
Yes.
In 1984, that
The year I was born.
Somebody's Watching Me.
Should have known.
Maybe Scotty can give us a line from it.
From which, sorry?
Somebody's Watching Me.
I gotta feel like somebody's watching me.
So you do know the song. And yes, David Bowie, Labyrinth, Jennifer Connelly.
What a movie.
Yeah,
So good.
a young man's crush there, Jennifer Connelly.
I thought you would say Bowie. He's gorgeous, in fairness to him.
Now, so that is the quiz part over.
Yeah.
The next thing is
That was tough.
on this day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Exciting.
I forgot about that.
Scotty, do you want an event, a birth, a death, or a wedding?
Oh, give me a death. I love a good death, especially with Halloween coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You have to... Look at him shuffling the
Morbid.
sheets. Jesus. I mean, a death of trees is what you have there.
40 sheets you have here.
Jesus. Go on.
On this day,
Yep.
2003,
Oh, this isn't a question. Sorry.
Hawk Michael Hegstrand, American professional wrestler,
Oh, yeah.
dies at the age of 46.
It's always sad to hear that someone died.
Oh, Hawk. I was thinking of Wolf from Gladiators.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
him?
Oh, yeah.
Gladiators.
And there's a hawk in Gladiators as well.
Was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember Jet from Gladiators?
Yes.
Oh,
Who
that
can forget
there
her?
My lord.
Is that all? You just want that one on this day?
I think
Sure.
Or
that's
do
the
you want all
one.
of them?
Can I just give you a music one for this day? I think this is quite a significant one.
Yeah.
Okay,
or
well-
do you have a music one?
Oh, apologies. I thought that was my segment.
It's
but
probably...
fair.
it's a really significant...
Attention seeker.
It's really significant, this song. And I'll give you the reason for it as well, if I can find my sheet thing, actually. So on this...
Oh, look who wasn't prepared.
On this... I am prepared.
Look at him.
On
His
this-
finger shaking going through the phone there.
Oh, my lord. On this day, in 1999,
Mm-hmm.
the single... what was it called? Sorry. Believe by Cher was released. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Believe in the first proper kind of commercial use of auto-tune on someone's voice.
No way.
What do you mean?
Cher was auto-tuned.
Do you remember that? Do you believe in life after?
Yeah.
But yeah, and that kicked off a massive craze of auto-tune. It was used before that, but hers was the first like popularized use
That's
of
amazing.
auto-tune.
That you got away with.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, no, it wasn't even that she was trying to hide it. They went deep into like they weren't trying to hide it at all.
And then Demi Lovato really peaked with auto-tune.
Ye-
Did she like really use auto-tune in every song?
yeah, she does. Yeah, they all do. They all
I'll
do.
do, I suppose.
Yeah.
Do you in the band?
That's
No.
why. That's why if
She
you go
can't-
to
she
see
can't
someone
really
live and they're still good live, they're obviously good then. Are they?
Yeah.
Some of them are no good live.
Well, you can, if it's a big event, you can have auto tune in your mix going out. You can do it, but for small bands and stuff, you can't. But like pub bands and stuff, if there's a good singer, they're a good singer. Like
Like the Coronas in like the stables in Mullingar.
yeah.
can't do it.
What a weird reference.
Yeah, it was very strange.
I was there.
All right,
I think the stables are closed now.
there we go.
Unfortunately, that was a good place to
No,
go.
it is 9 o'clock.
Do you want any other on this day?
Mm.
Well, I go through all of them.
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Go on.
On this day in 2015, U.S. scientists from the University of California find evidence life on Earth may have begun 4.1 billion years ago, instead of the 300 million earlier than they previously thought.
A bit of a misfire that one.
Yeah, whoopsies.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah. So it's 300 million years earlier than previously thought. On this day, 1781, I like this one because we all like to see England lose. British forces under General Charles Cornwallis signed terms of surrender to George Washington at Yorktown at 2 p.m., ending the U.S. Revolutionary War.
Go on.
And then on this day in 1969, DJ Sammy was born.
Get out.
There you go. And the very last one for the wedding section, on this day 2012, Grammy Award winning singer Justin Timberlake, who was 31 at the time, weds Total Recall, because that's the only movie she did.
Colin Farrell.
Actress Jessica Biel, 30.
Sorry, Jessica Biel
at
did
the
a lot of other
Yeah,
movies.
she did.
Borgo Enzenza.
Do you remember
resort
the?
in
With Adam
Falsando,
Sandler.
Italy.
No, do you remember the TV? What TV show did she start off in?
She was in the A-Team.
Was she in it? Do
Yeah, but they're all modern.
you remember what TV show did she start off in? Jessica Biel.
Don't know.
Do you remember Seventh Heaven?
No.
Seventh Heaven.
Remember Seventh Heaven?
With
She was the
with
older sister.
Oh yeah, with the pastor.
The pastor. I remember looking at that when I was younger, and it was like, he's a priest, but he's got like loads of kids and a wife.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, why? How is he? What? And then my mum was like, yeah, Protestants can marry. The famous Charles Bridge in Prague is actually haunted by ghosts,
Hopefully
and
we'll get to see that.
lots of them. So the most famous bridge in Prague is get out of my way there. Is the Charles Bridge, connecting the city's old town to the Mala Strana over the Vlta River. Oh, Vlta Vltava River. Sorry.
Oh, they're going to hate us over there.
I know, yeah. A big Irish head me. The Vltava River. Supposedly the bridge, which was built all the way back in the 1300s, is haunted by ghosts whose heads ended up on the nearby spikes along the river.
What were the lads trying to do?
Which?
Why were they beheaded?
I don't know.
Must have been up to no good. Like.
You don't get beheaded for no reason.
No, something Game of Thronesy was going on there. People claim that they have seen them wandering up and down the Charles Bridge, going under their business or going about their business. Sorry, as they please. So apparently that bridge there is like the most haunted bridge.
That's cool.
In
We've
all
got
of
to
Europe.
check that out then.
Yeah, we'll get a video of
Yep.
the JB Waffle Hour on the bridge in Prague.
I was Shabam.
Ooh.
Oh my God,
Jesus!
what's going on?
I actually heard about it this week.
Right.
Do you know Simon Cowell?
Personally,
And you know that he's on X Factor. This has got nothing to do with the X Factor.
personal trouser hero. of
Did
mine.
you know, like he manages a lot of bands, doesn't he, right?
Yeah.
Did you know that he purposely makes it his business to be in the music, be in the song, basically tinging a triangle
No.
or like pressing one key on the keyboard? So he's officially registered as a musician in the band.
Like Stan Lee and all them
So he
Marvel
gets-
movies.
Gets rights.
He gets all the rights whenever it appears on a thing. He gets 250 quid. Plus, but that also makes him one of the most highly decorated awarded musicians in the world.
No way.
And
Because basically he has all the awards One Direction
and
have.
he can't sing.
All the awards.
No, he
No, he
can't.
can't sing a word. He can play the triangle though.
Shabam.
Shabam.
The chain